It's the battle for New York, or New Jersey for that matter. The Giants and Jets are underway. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
Now a two-time Pro Bowler coming off a big year, Saquon Barkley.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
The Giants at 3 and 4 on the year coming into play. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
To about the 40-yard line. You talk about this Jets defense.
They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Throwing Jones.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Jones.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a big play for the Giants on 3rd down. 42 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
2nd and 5.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Quick throw complete.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At their own 22. They go play action now. Wilson. That's complete right side to Lazard. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26. Now the 2nd-year man back from injury. It's Breece Hall.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
You talk about this Giant defense.
They interplay here 24th in the league against the run.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run.
It got his man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
1st down, New York.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. Hall again on 2nd down.
They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
There's a nice play by Hall, who was hitting his stride and more, and looking like a franchise back when a torn ACL ended his rookie year at 7 games. We all saw the electricity. We felt it before he went down, though. The expectations very high for the future star here in year 2.
And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Play action. Now Wilson.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. It's Deontay Banks with it. And the Giants are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Jones looking to change the play.
Up the middle with Barkley. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Gold Cyclone! Gold Cyclone! Gold Cyclone!
Back to throw. Jones. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the 1st drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought Yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Giants 7, Jets nothing.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 7.
Woodland, Gold Woodland, Gold Woodland, Gold Woodland.
On the option left, it's Jones. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you expect it to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Looking to throw. Jones. Touchdown, Giants! Saquon Barkley from 3 yards out. And the Giants go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Wilson. And check down, complete to Hall. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. A 1st down carry for Barkley. He can't get him down. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That good for 19 and a first down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Matt Breida, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Jets offense ready to go in this battle of New York. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Second and a yard.
Back to throw. Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off play action. Jones. That ball caught by Slayton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake. Jones. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 13-yard line. Give him 18 on the play.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and
he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Gary Brainwell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their first half lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Gano for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Giants 28, Jets nothing. Graham to kick off for New York.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jets offense ready to go in this battle of New York. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A lot of incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
This time they stay on the ground, and they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? 4th down now after a loss of 2. On 4th down, here's the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt for the Jets. Fielded at the 33. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this 2nd half. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Jets offense ready to go in this battle of New York. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the 2nd half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach. Taking it right down Broadway. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 42 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Breida, they'll go up the middle. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Gold River! Gold River! Hey, alert, 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 alert!
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Boy, you know, some plays you can just sort of tell they're not going to work from the start, and that was one of them right there.
Yeah, I mean, he had every option taken away, and so all that was left for him to do was to try and keep it himself, but even he knew that he had nowhere to go.
Gano's kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Take it at the 37. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Jones off the play fake. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. Here's Jamie Gillen now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
He's going to look deep down the field.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And
that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Jets on third down. 52 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past. And a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Wilson will throw again. Flush to his right. Touchdown! Tyron Johnson. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is down to 24.
31. Jets 7.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Looking to throw. Jones. And he whips that one incomplete there. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Off play action. Jones. He'll look downfield for Waller. And that's going to be incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Dom Capers.
Now Jones. Off play action. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And the Jets are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The Jets offense ready to go in this battle of New York. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's third down.
On third down, Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
Taken right around the 44. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Giants. It's a punt return touchdown at 56 yards. And the Giants look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Jets offense ready to go in this battle of New York. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Here's Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Wilson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Here we go, here we go.
Play action. It's Wilson. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
First down, Jets.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, this is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead is down to 24.
Jets 14.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but
The turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think that you might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
And Saquon going to have a Giants first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Here we go, hey. Adriana Lima, Adriana Lima, Adriana Lima. Up, go.
A run between the tackles with Breda. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on first down and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down here, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They run for it with Breda. And bulldozing his way through. Still on his feet, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20.
The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, well, how lopsided this game has been. Even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
He's still on his feet.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is down to 24.
45. Jets 21.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And they look to finish strong in this fourth quarter. And this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They go counter with Breida. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly